How to make kimchi jjigae. One of my favorite Korean dishes, and you'll be surprised how easy it is to make. And I'm going to share all my secrets. Going to get all the ingredients together. First ingredient is dried anchovies. We're going to need about 7 of these, and I'm going to be removing the black dried guts. Don't need any of that, but I will keep the anchovy heads and the bodies for the soup. You can pick up a box of these anchovies frozen, so I keep it in my freezer and I take out a few of them at a time whenever I need them. The anchovies combined with the kelp makes what we call a Korean dashi. So it's very similar to a Japanese dashi, but without that smoky flavor. The Korean dashi is the starting point for almost all Korean stews and some sauces for like a dish like tteokbokki. It is the key flavor enhancer which naturally introduces MSG into a dish. Now it's time to use the kelp. Grab a handful of kelp, like 7 or 8 of them. So now it's time to grab an onion, slice it up into thin slices. So the amount of onion you put into these kimchi stew is a personal preference. I think the more traditional recipe will put less, so half an onion, whereas I will put a whole onion because I really enjoy that flavor. You can also put green onions as well in the stew. You can also put tofu in the stew, but I prefer to just stick to the onions. And I'm not a big fan of tofu, so I exclude it from this dish. And now we grab the fresh garlic. All stews must have fresh garlic in it. I know some stews don't call for it, but it adds so much flavor that it is so worth using fresh garlic. I know a lot of Koreans use pre-ground garlic, even pre-peeled garlic. I know it's convenient, but there's nothing like fresh garlic diced up into a dish, and it creates such a special amount of flavor and freshness to the dish. So avoid the pre-chopped garlic if you can. Dice up the garlic into very small pieces. You don't want anyone biting into a big, large piece of garlic, so dice that up nice and thin so that no one gets a huge flavor bomb of garlic while they're eating this kimchi stew. I use this chopping technique a lot where I put the garlic underneath the knife. I put my hand over the tip of the knife and then I rock it back and forth until I get a really fine dice or chop of the garlic. The next step is I use pork belly and I slice them into bite-sized pieces. And, everything tastes better with bacon or pork belly. So I tend to find that when I go to a restaurant, I can't find any meat in the kimchi stew. And so what I do is I put a ton of pork belly into this dish just to make it so much more luxurious. All right, we got 6 cups of water. I add in the anchovies. I add in the kelp. Let that boil. And then I will, add in the sliced onions, the fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon of gochugaru or a Korean dried chili powder, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of sugar. The sweetness balances against the sourness of the kimchi. Half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Be careful, this is very pungent, so you just want to put a little bit in. And 2 cups of kimchi. I normally don't put in the kimchi juice because you never know how much juice you have left at the bottom of the kimchi container. So I just stick to adding kimchi alone. Add some sliced pork belly, which makes everything taste better with bacon or pork belly. Bring that up to a boil at high heat. Then turn the heat down from 8 down to about 2 on my stove until it simmers slowly over 1.5 hours. After 1.5 hours, I remove the anchovies and the kelp. Leaving it in there for an hour and a half really intensifies that flavor. That's it. So easy to make kimchi jjigae.